Chelsea have played 6 games in the Conference League and have a goal difference of 21. This team right now look unstoppable. And yes, if you can't already tell, I am happy. Tottenham are through to the next round of the League Cup, waiting for the draw to come out. The match reaction will be out straight after this. We've just heard the final whistle in that game. Didn't get to watch a huge amount of the Chelsea game, so I do apologise if I have missed anything, and let me know if I have. But to score 26 goals in 6 games in the Conference League and concede 5, the only side who won 6 out of 6. And yes, people are going to say, but it's the Conference League. Well, I can tell you, first of all, Tottenham, when we played, we didn't even get out of the group right now. When we played, we ended up losing to someone like Rennes and then getting knocked out by COVID. Chelsea make so many rotations and just go and spank everyone. Marc Gucurella, I've probably butchered his name, bags a hat-trick tonight. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall and Cucurella. And that's 2 goals in 2 games now for Cucurella. And Chelsea just look like they're going to annihilate everyone. I don't see anyone stopping this Chelsea side right now, not only in the Conference League, but in the Premier League as well. They've won 8 games in a row, beating the likes of Brentford, beating Spurs, beating Villa, winning all 3 games in the Conference League against Heidenheim, Astana and Shamrock Rovers, getting a draw against Arsenal, and they haven't tasted a defeat since the 30th of October, which was against Newcastle, and obviously that league defeat, which was mid-October against Liverpool. Since then, they score goals at an absolutely stupidly good rate. 5 against Shamrock Rovers, 4 against Spurs, 3 against Villa, 5 against Southampton. I think they beat Panathinaikos 4-1 as well, with 6 against Wolves, 3 against West Ham, 4 against Brighton. Their team right now just understands what Enzo Maresca wants. Make sure you go down. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. We get 250 likes. That would be absolutely glorious. And make sure if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, you go down and hit that subscribe button. We're under 500 subscribers away now from 34,000. So your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Now, Chelsea 5, Shamrock Rovers 1. An interesting setup from Chelsea. Predominantly the same team that played against Astana last week. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall and Casady in a double pivot. Madueke on the right. Nkunku in the 10. A back four of Akipong, I think's just on the verge of signing a new deal with Chelsea. Disasi and Veiga. Cucurella, because of course he is suspended due to his red card, so he will not play against Everton. But Pedro Neto will be back. Madueke, of course, Nkunku, George, and Guiu. And I think is it Guiu or Guiu? Apologies if I butchered his name. But what I think Enzo Maresca deserves a huge amount of credit for is what he's doing with his front line is he's changing it up quite a lot. You know, Pedro Neto, of course, played against Astana because he couldn't play against Brentford. I don't think Nkunku played. I think he did. And then I think Jackson went in the game against Brentford because I think he scored the winner. But when you look at the game they played against Astana in terms of the lineup as well, it was very much similar, just with a little bit more rotation. Nkunku wasn't available that game. I don't think he was on the bench. When you look at what he's doing in terms of he's picking a strong enough team, just sprinkling a couple of players like the Nkunkus and the Netos, just to make sure that they 100% blow the team away. This was the 11 that played against Astana, because I just want to show you the difference. I mean, the 11s in terms of the front threes. Now, Guy got a brace this game. George and Neto with a front three, with Chukwuemeka, Dewsbury-Hall, and Raki Saki, I think it's pronounced. And the back four was practically the same that played tonight. Just Tosin was not in it. Now, if you look at the 11 that played tonight against Shamrock Rovers in the 5-0 win, 5-1 win, we'll get to the goals. The front three is slightly different. Guy's in there, But Nkunku comes in rather than Chukwuemeka. Madueke comes in rather than Neto, but George is still there. The double pivot was slightly different. Dewsbury Hall's in there, but the back four is predominantly the same. Just Cucurella comes in, and Jorgensen, of course, is the number 2 goalkeeper in of course, Enzo Maresca's eyes. But that is a Chelsea side in the Conference League that have got none of the big boys that are absolutely smashing teams to smithereens, to absolute smithereens. And they go 1-0 up early on in the 22nd minute. And it is Guiu, who seems to be in really, really good form in this competition. You got to remember as well, he's only 18 years of age. And I think he's got 7 goals in the Conference League now. I could be wrong. I could be right, but I think it's 7. Fair play to Shamrock Rovers because they show a bit of grip, a bit of determination, a bit of spirit, and they bounce back well, not really immediately. Well, it is immediately. It's 4 or 5 minutes later to make it 1-1. I only ever thought Chelsea would win. I think you could give Shamrock Rovers a 3-goal advantage, and I think Chelsea would still win due to the amount of firepower they've got. And they kill the game off before half-time. Guiu and Nkunku does a really nice bit of play for the 3rd goal when Kieran Dewsbury Hall gets on it. And then Guiu gets his 3rd, a hat-trick before half-time from a Madueke assist. And then fair play to Enzo Maresca because the game is 100% is dead. It's over. And he brings on Harvey Val for Madueke to give him a bit of a run around. And then Nkunku gets his 2nd assist for a Marc Cucurella goal. And Chelsea at the moment, I don't know why he's brought on João Felix. There's a lot of inside rumours going around that he's not very happy under Enzo Maresca and he wants to leave. But you look at the recent results of Chelsea right now. I'm going to bring up their last 8 games. This is, of course, in the Conference League and the Premier League. And I've said this a number of times. It's a blessing in disguise for Chelsea right now to be in the Conference League. Spurs, they battered them, battered us. You know, that game, let's be honest, we were 2-0 up. They battered Villa, they battered Southampton. Tough game against Brentford, but, you know, when you look at this Chelsea team right here in these 8 games, 2 goals against Leicester, 2 against Heidenheim, that's 4. 3 against Villa, that's 7. 5 against Southampton, that's 12. 4 against Chelsea, that's 16. 3 against Astana, that's 19. 2 against Brentford is 21. 26 goals in their last 5 games. And the reason I'm bringing up these 8 fixtures is because look at their next 8. I am comfortably saying they beat Everton 2-0. Then they beat Fulham. Then they beat Ipswich. Then they beat Palace. Then they can play the same Conference League side that played against Morecambe. Then they've got a fresh team going in against Bournemouth because it'll be 10 days between their Premier League fixtures. Then they beat Wolves, and I think they'll beat City. You know, fair play to Enzo Maresca because he's taking this Conference League seriously because he's still giving some insurance in there with Nkunku, with Madueke, with Pedro Neto. And you haven't seen any of the big boys play yet. You haven't seen Caicedo. You haven't seen Lavia. You haven't seen Gusto or Palmer or Jackson or Sancho or Enzo Fernandez at the moment, who is very in unbelievable form. If you look at the lineup that played against Brentford, if I just bring that up for you guys, none of these players other than Cucurella and Madueke played. So you got a fully fit Sanchez, Gusto. Actually, I think Tosin played tonight. You got fit Colwell, fit Caicedo, Fernandez, Palmer, Sancho, and Jackson. And every single player that was on the bench against Brentford practically played tonight. Every single player played tonight. So Enzo Maresca knows exactly what he's doing. He's utilizing his squad to the best of his abilities. His players know their roles. They are scoring goals at an absolutely relentless run. A relentless run. If you look at the Conference League, Fiorentina are a very good side, and they've proven that because they've made 2 Conference League finals. And Chelsea have scored 8 more goals than them so far. They've only conceded 5. Plus 21 goal difference is nuts. Is absolutely nuts. And I look through this entire table. I don't see anyone. Look down where Where have they gone now? Where are the Spanish side? Real Betis, for instance, big club in Spain, suffering in 15th. Panathinaikos, we know Chelsea have already battered them, but I'll be honest, they haven't got to worry about anything. They're going to comfortably go out there and destroy who's ever going to cross their path. They are going to go out there and destroy them. I just don't see anyone, anyone stopping them. Like I'll be honest, I just don't. They're firing all cylinders. They're winning games. I think that's what 12 games without a loss now in all competitions. I think it's 12. Back to the 30th of October, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games. I think they'll beat Everton. Everton's going to be a tough game. It's a low block. Chelsea don't have a hugely great record there. But I look at these fixtures and I only see Chelsea winning. I'll be honest. And you look at where they are in the Premier League. They're where they are for a reason. A lot of Chelsea fans are trying to play it humble and say we're not on a title race, etc., etc. But put it this way, if Arsenal don't beat Crystal Palace at the weekend, and I think Chelsea go and beat Everton, that's a massive game at 4:30. We play Liverpool. Let's say, for instance, Tottenham and Liverpool draw and Chelsea beat Everton. Chelsea will go above Liverpool. They will be on cloud 9. I'm telling you guys. Chelsea are in a title race. 37 goals is nuts. But look, we are going to wrap up. The Tottenham match reaction will be out straight after this because the cup draw starts very, very shortly. Make sure you go down and drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I am out.